Here we go again, folks. We can thank Joseph P. Skipper for these pictures. He took them so far, and I took them a little bit further. This is just another one of those really strange looking surface features that you just can't wrap your mind around. Again, this is taken by satellite. And you see these strange kinds of pictures all the time with NASA, and you just doesn't make sense. None of it makes sense. I guess they want you to think these are I don't know, ice crystals or minerals grow on the ground or something like that. I don't know. But as usual, when you take a little bit closer look, it's always something completely different. This is another city, folks, just like the one I showed you before, and just like the cities that we live in. There's a lot of people living here. And this brightness is caused partly by the NASA and partly by Joseph Skipper. Trying to bring it out, and I'm going to try to get rid of it for you. But look at the dark figures in there. Do you see those buildings? Do you see all those buildings in there? There's a lot of huge structures in there, and you kind of get a feel of 3D with these pictures for some reason. Maybe because, again, what's closer is larger, and the farther they go back, the smaller they get. But you can see the all the structures, and there's some room between these, which is what we didn't get before. They were exceptionally tight, and you had a hard time defining a building. But in this one, you do get some definition. It's kind of an odd picture. It's not perfect, of course. They never are, and especially when you zoom in like this. But some of those shots, you got to wonder. Do they go down to the corner of Joey's Pizzeria and get pizza? Is there a local bar down there? Do you hear sirens at night? I kind of doubt if they have any angry taxi drivers. Now, I highlighted a couple of these buildings, and I apologize if they look a little bit cartoonish, but that's the only way I could do it. The one in the back, I think, is a 8-sided building, octagonal. And the one in the front has a cutout on it. Very interesting buildings, and that was the best look you're going to get of it. You might have to go back and look if you want to check it out closer. This is a edge detector or edge detection filter that I use. And sometimes it helps you see things that you don't normally see. And I was seeing rows of things, these white lines going down from left to right in a diagonal way. And I started looking at it, and all of a sudden I'm looking and thinking, well, gee, they kind of go really more from the right to the left. They kind of go both directions. In fact, it's a perfect grid, almost perfect. It's not absolutely perfect, but it's pretty close. Look at that. That was an unusual discovery, I must say. I can't believe it. This is something that I did in inverting it, turning it into the negative, and that really made the building stand out pretty good too. But look at that. Isn't that a mysterious place? Can you even begin to imagine how many people live on Mars? If there are cities like this all over the place, and that last city, there must have been billions of people living in one city, and they don't hold back on the size of these structures. And in fact, Joseph Skipper was saying that these structures are the only clue that we get as far as scale, and these are enormous. They do everything on the enormous scale. Sometimes you see a structure and you think, gee, that looks just like the Twin Towers. And then you realize it's one of the smallest ones in the picture. I can't help but to wonder what's going on. What do they do there? What do they do other than procreate? They do that. There's a lot of them there. But folks, I've said this before. This is an old civilization. This is an extremely old civilization. Just think of the knowledge. Just think of what they know and what we don't know. We don't know very much. And the powers that be apparently want to keep it that way. Thanks for watching, folks.